podcast, Dishing with the DonoFANS, where we dish out juicy conversations with friendly banter about all things Trevor Donovan. Thank you all for coming today, and I'm going to bring on a special guest here in just a moment. So thank you so much for watching. Hello, Brittany and Dustin. Welcome to Dishing with the DonoFANS.
Thank you. We're so happy to be here.
I'd like to say it's an honor to be nominated. I'm just happy to be here.
Well, thank you again for coming on. I know you guys have such busy schedules, and I so appreciate it. I just wanted to talk a little bit first about how I met you guys in Rama Drama in Nashville. And that was the first Rama Drama. So what did you guys think?
I mean, I think we both had just an incredible time. It was really lovely getting to meet so many people and just, you know, run around with everyone that's fans of the rom-com genre. And yeah, we had so much fun.
It's funny because from my perspective, seeing you now explain it is nothing like how you explained it to me before we had went, because I had never been before. She's like, hey, do you want to come to this convention where people want to meet me? And I was like, I don't see what I'm gonna do there.
I was
really.
Like, trust me.
But yeah, she's like, it's in Nashville. I was like, okay, that sounds fun, I'll come. And I had the best time, which is of course when we met as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
You two bonded, I think, before even you and I had a real chance.
Right, because you were so busy. You were so busy, but he was doing shenanigans on the side. So I didn't notice that, you know, and so we would go up to him and say, well, who are you? And he's like, I'm with her.
That is true. I think I mixed it up a little bit. I think in the early stages, I'd pretend that I was security or that I worked there or that I just stumbled in, and then people were like, no, really. And then I really liked the opportunity to meet people by way of you, which, I mean, she's always worn the pants in the relationship, but now it really sells the horse on that one.
Absolutely. Well, I met you guys there, and I just, you know, you guys are just amazing. And I was so glad to have met you guys. And we kind of stayed in touch a little bit. And so then, you know, fast forward to the next Rama Drama at West Palm Beach, and I get to see you guys again.
Well, and I think, Cricket, I may have you to thank, because rumor has it you pulled Dustin aside in Nashville and told him that he better do what was right and asked me to marry him. And then he did shortly thereafter, but I think he had it planned at the same time. So when we saw you last, we were engaged, and now we're married.
Well, it was funny because it was right after the brunch or whatever. And I pulled him aside and I said, Dustin, you're going to marry her, right? You need to do it now before somebody, you know, grabs her and takes her from you. I said, you got to do this. And, you know, it's funny. I have these vibes when I meet people. And I knew from the moment that I met you two, when you guys told me your story about how you guys met and how the one, you know, date didn't go so well. I knew in that moment that you guys had something very special. And I just wanted to make sure Dustin knew that, because I felt it. So I'm so happy for you guys. We're going to go into that in a little bit.
I'm sorry. It's cart before the horse. My apologies.
Hey, no problem. Hey, you can talk about anything in between. Doesn't matter. Like I said.
You did though. I had forgotten that you talked me into marrying Brittany before this interview. I had totally forgotten about that. You did tell me that, and then I forgot once again. But wow, thanks, Cricket. Best decision I ever made.
Oh,
I swear you already made the decision.
Well, you had said too that you were already planning on it anyway, so you were not letting the cat out of the bag.
Okay, Cricket, let's not put words in each other's mouth. All right, I don't know what I said, what you said. Who knows? All right.
Yes.
I just know we have you to thank.
Yeah, we do. We have.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's so nice of you to say that. But like I said, I knew from the first moment I met you guys needed to be together, and I could tell it, I could feel it. So, so I'm happy. We'll get back to the other part later. But as far as West Palm Beach, what did you guys think about the second Rama Drama compared to the first one?
I mean, from my perspective, it was like it was like two completely different things. I mean, of course, the Nashville Roma drama, or oh god, Rama drama. Ah,
She's got it. Don't worry. I'll even let her have this one.
Rama drama. I'm the one person that says Roma drama. Me, I can't say it properly. Rama drama. Okay. The Nashville Rama drama was much smaller but wonderful. I had the best time ever. But then, oh god. But then, sorry, just knocked something
That's
over.
our super secret bottle of wine.
We have glasses of wine, and we put our wine bottle underneath our coffee table.
It was going to come out eventually. So here it is.
Yeah. The Rama drama. Did I say it right? Rama drama in West Palm Beach. So sorry. Now I'm so terrified I'm going to say it wrong.
Don't worry, I can edit it out if you want me to.
I mean, it's hilarious, but do whatever. The Rama drama in West Palm Beach was just like an incredible improvement, I guess would be the best way to say it, or like growth to the Nashville one. It was just so much bigger. There were just so many more people. It was like this well-oiled machine. And I think people just had the most incredible time. I also think that the screening that happened was just such an incredible addition to the entire event. And I think people had so much fun at that first night.
We also, if I may interject, if to only add clarity, but we had seen and then frolicked in the ocean with Ryan Pavey.
We did, yes.
The day, like the afternoon before the premiere. And he really opened up about how excited he was that the movie was coming out.
Yeah.
So it was a really cool experience to like sit with him and watch the movie that he hadn't seen yet, which was also really great.
Yeah, it kind of felt like we were part of the fan group, I think, to a certain extent. Like we hung out with Ryan and we were so excited about this movie, and then getting to sit there and watch it and like tease him about the fact that everybody was watching his
We're
face.
the crickets of saying you had better marry her to Ryan Pavey.
Getting excited.
To 2 Tickets to Paradise.
Yeah.
We finally
Somehow
just
that
pinned
works.
that down.
That's awesome though, that you guys, I know that experience was absolutely amazing. Like for us fans to get to do like the red carpet and take pictures and see all of you, it was just, it's a night I will never forget for sure.
It was so much fun. And it was so special to get to do that with everybody. I think we were all in the same boat. I think probably only Ashley and Ryan felt weird about it because it was their faces on a giant screen. And
right.
Both of them were like, we're too large. Get us out of here.
Absolutely. So, during the Rama drama in West Palm Beach with the movies and everything else, we had several celebrities there, most of the ones that were there in the Rama drama in Nashville as well. And it was so amazing, not only to do the movies, but also then to start the event. So, of course, I have to shout out here because, being the Dishing with the DonoFANS podcast host, I have to ask you guys, are you a Dono fan?
This podcast is about Trevor Donovan. This is now my newest, most favorite podcast. I love Trevor Donovan.
He does. He's not lying. I also love Trevor Donovan. We both love Trevor Donovan.
I'm so happy I woke up for this.
So let me ask you then, guys, how did you meet Trevor Donovan?
I think we both met. No, lies. I met Trevor before Dustin, very briefly. He was shooting a movie for my parents actually called
Insert movie here in the edit.
Yeah, in this insert movie here. It was Wooden Santas, and then it was the movie he did with Brooke Dorsey, and I can't remember the name of it because they changed the name like in the post-production.
Yeah, and you're gonna stump me on that one too, and that's bad
shenanigans. Yeah, right. It was a beautiful Christmas movie.
And you are both looking less and less credible by the second. Move on.
Shush your face.
We know he's in it. We know he's in it.
Anyways, I met Trevor while he was shooting that movie in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, with my mom and dad and my best friend Tara, and they were having an awesome time. And I got a chance to meet him at a dinner that we all kind of put together. And he was just the loveliest guy. And I didn't get a chance to get to know him very well. I just met him at that dinner. And then I got a chance to meet him again at the very first Llama Rama drama. I'm going to need to say it every time now. And it was really great to get a chance to get to know him because he's just such a lovely human being. And I really do think he's one of the kindest people. And he's awesome.
I'm jealous. I'm a jealous guy when it comes to Trevor, and I'm jealous that you got to meet him first.
Sorry.
Because just more time with Trevor is what I call Trevor time. You know, it's my special Trevor time. I'm kidding, of course, but or am I?
I don't think he is.
I actually do. I just remembered when I met Trevor, and this is just to add, another arrow to the Trevor Donovan quiver, which is he was about to do an interview with somebody, and then he just did a little shadow boxing. And I'm sure you know this already, but Trevor is a very accomplished boxer.
Yes.
I
know that.
It immediately drew my eye.
You fell in love right away.
It was
all right.
Boxing.
Well, Dustin, you're not alone in that. Okay.
That is good because I mean it.
I love it. Well, he does have a lot of accomplishments and different things, all the movies he's been in. And then he also has, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, I'm sure you've heard of it. But he has an anti-bullying campaign called TeamUpstanders. Have you guys heard of that? And what do you think about that?
I have, and I absolutely love that it's something that he's so passionate about. I think that it's one of those things where, a lot of people will speak about their bullying, myself included. But it's another thing to take it that next step and go into schools and speak with young people and talk about what that looks like, what it means, how it makes people feel. And I think it's really incredible that it's something that is so close to his heart and something that he's taken so seriously. I just think it's a really admirable campaign, and I'm in awe of it.
As a former high school bully, I wish Trevor showed me which way was right way.
Dustin was not a bully.
I was not a bully at all. And I didn't know that Trevor had this charity until we just logged on. I think that's awesome. Yeah. He never even mentioned to me, but he's got this incredible thing.
Yeah, I think it's also one of those things where it just also yet again like gives a nod to Trevor, because I think he's like quite humble about all of his accomplishments. We're like slowly uncovering, as we've become friends, we're slowly uncovering all of these incredible things that he's doing, and this is yet another one of the many. So, but it's a really important one, which is
absolutely. And it's so important nowadays because of the differences of even when I was younger, when you were younger, there's so much more out there, the social media platforms, and the kids really can't escape it every day. It's in their face 24/7 in a sense. So
no, it's so true. I think, even for kids that were bullied, myself included, when I look at how long ago that was, when I went home, I left the bullying behind. Sure, somebody could try and prank call my house, but like, aside from that, there wasn't much they could do. It was just how I allowed it to continue to affect me when I went home. Now it's inescapable. I mean, somebody can troll you on Instagram, on Facebook, anywhere, TikTok. I don't even know what the youths are using these days,
right?
But you're kind of constantly available, and I think that elevates it to an entirely new level.
But to the same point, I also feel that the newer generation, younger kids, however you want to describe them, are significantly more tolerant than generations that I think we grew up in. And I think the reason why that's important to address is because there were times back in the day when there were anti-bullying campaigns, and they kind of missed the mark. But now,
whereas now it's like really on it.
Yeah, now I think it's really on it. And I also think, back then, anti-bullying campaigns were not cool, and nobody cool was in them, and nothing about them was cool. But Trevor Donovan's a super cool dude.
He's the coolest dude.
And
he's the second coolest dude.
Oh,
it's a tie. Once again, like I said right off the top, it's just an honor to be nominated.
You said, and if you don't mind opening up about that, you said that you were bullied yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of kids experience bullying in one form or another. Myself, I think a lot of it came from being like a young little performer, or at least that's what I'll blame it on, because otherwise I was just the weird kid that people wanted to pick on. Both ways work. I'm proud of being a weirdo.
But it's true, you were picked on for being you remarkably successful at a young age.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was one of those things where, you know, the main person who bullied me, who will remain unnamed, was somebody that I think was quite, I hate the word jealous, but I think it's the best word to use in this circumstance, was like jealous of my accomplishments. When I started doing ballet, she started doing ballet, but didn't stick with it. And I kept going. With skating, I got onto the highest level synchro team and she wasn't making it. And I started acting and she started acting, and I was getting jobs and she wasn't. And there was just this like constant competition. And then she just sort of made it her life mission to make my life miserable. And she infiltrated like the cool girls in school, and she made all of them hate me for, I don't know, whatever reason, but that was sort of just what happened. And then, you know, I did have a couple of lucky moments where I had some really great people around me too. And the girl who was considered like the scary girl, she was like the coolest of all of the girls at some point in my final year of elementary school, just kind of told me, she was like, I don't care what she has to say, you're clearly just working hard. If she messes with you, like, I'm here. And that was a huge moment for me. And but yeah, I think bullying is one of those things where it just kind of seeps in all of these little places and just makes you question everything about what you're doing, and makes you wonder if you're good enough, and just kind of makes you fearful in a weird way. Or I guess it's not weird. It's not weird. I'm going to take away that comment. It's not weird. It makes you fearful. And I think the ways in which I felt fearful at 12 or 10 are very different than how kids feel fearful now. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I think it really shapes you. And I'm not mad at the fact that it happened. I think it's in its own ways helped shape who I've become as an adult. But I do think it is unfortunate that it is something that we're still dealing with. I also don't think it's going to go away. So I think having campaigns for bullying and having people who are super cool, like Trevor Donovan, who stand up and say, hey, bullying's kind of awful.
TeamUpstanders, I just got
stand
it.
up. Yeah.
I just got it. So good.
Yeah,
Layered.
absolutely.
Yeah. I think those things are so important, because I don't think bullying's going anywhere. As much as I would like to say, oh, in a perfect world, nobody bullies. Kids are always learning a hierarchy of who's going to do what and where they're going to go and who they're jealous of, and navigating those emotions too. It's part of growing. And I think as a result, bullying is always going to exist. It's just a matter of having open conversations about it, making sure people feel that they can speak up to their bullies, that bullies can stop being bullies if they realize that they're doing that, and giving kids a place where they can feel safe.
Absolutely. Now, Dustin, can I ask you, were you ever bullied?
I was bullied. I had like a very dramatic arc throughout school. I was ultra cool in elementary school. Let's just say I peaked early. And for grade 5, top of the food chain. And then as everybody skyrocketed past me, it was bottom of the food chain. And I mean, I think it's different for boys than it is for girls. It wasn't so psychological for me, which I think sounds infinitely worse and more like damaging.
Yeah.
It's ultra mean girls stuff. They just beat me up. So,
which also doesn't sound fun.
Kind of bummer.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I healed, I guess. I mean, I think everyone can learn something from adversity, and there's always going to be bullies. Bullies just a synonym, like a more junior synonym for evil or bad guys, or however you want to describe it. And they exist forever. So I don't think anything's going to get rid of bullying per se, but I think the stigma and understanding around it is important. So yeah, I mean, that's my final answer.
Well, it's a good answer. And it is, it's something that is definitely in our schools. And, my daughter's 10 and she's, had issues and been bullied by a couple girls. So I totally
Yeah.
understand it. And myself included, I was the small girl. I was the, youngest in my class. And I was always picked on because of course I had some issues, health wise too, that didn't help my cause in a sense. But, luckily I had some older girls who were popular that, took care of me, watched my back, and I was very blessed in that sense. They realized I was getting picked on and they didn't allow it. So, I was grateful for those couple of girls because they really did. They helped me through all the way up until high school when I kind of could be on my own again, if in a sense, so it is a blessing to have people in your life that do care about you in that regard. So yeah, I'm so sorry you guys were also bullied. I think in some sense, all of us are bullied, whether, it's a sibling or, other kids in school even, and I think you're right though. I think you grow from it in a sense and it doesn't define you and it makes you a little stronger, even though you didn't want to go through it, so
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that with me, you guys.
Of course.
So on to some other, more happy things. So Trevor is also involved right now in Dancing with the Stars.
Heck yeah, he is.
Yes, he is. And
Our special boy.
that's
It's
so
incredible. I'm so proud of him. He's still there. Go, Trevor.
I am so stoked.
And, he, like the first episode of the show, he did this interview and he said how his biggest fear is dancing. And so the reason he's doing the dancing is because he wants to show those kids that he is, trying to work through the bullying in the campaign. He's doing it because he's telling them to face their fear. And he was like, how can I tell these young kids to face their fear against bullying unless I face the fear myself? So that's why he's doing the Dancing with the Stars. So, and he's doing amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen any of his dances, but
I have.
Yes, he is doing it. And he is just, I am so proud of him. Like, I mean, anybody who's never danced like that to be able to come out each week and learn all of these dances. I mean, last week they had 2 dances plus a dancing marathon that they had to be in. And that is just craziness. So
Can we unpack that? What's the dancing marathon?
So all the couples got on the dance floor and they had to just dance. I don't know exactly, I can't even remember what music it was, but they all had to keep moving, keep dancing. And then what would happen is somebody would come up and tap them on the shoulder and they would be out. So him and Emma made it they were 4th. So they got extra points that went towards the other numbers that they got for their other dances. So yeah.
I did not see this. I have been watching the dances, the highlights. I don't have time for everybody, but Trevor, okay. I didn't see that.
Yes. So yeah, it was last week. They had the most memorable year, which he dedicated to TeamUpstanders. And also that was the year that he said he had a really rough year because he actually, and he states this on the interview, he was actually fired from the soap opera he was working on. And so he was saying how he was a struggling actor and he had all these things, coming up in his life. And he was just so lost in a sense. And then he got the call to be on 90210. And that changed his life. Yes.
We have some extra things we're going to need to watch.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so, and then the second night, that was the prom night. And so, so he danced to Green Day Basket Case. So, and it was awesome. He was in this plaid yellow suit with Emma and they just were rocking it. He looked like a punk. He even had eyeliner on. You got to see it.
Yeah, I think I've seen this one.
It's not until you tell me the dance that I get it because I get the highlights.
Yes.
And I do remember that one.
Yes. So it was amazing. So
I personally remember the eyeliner, but
no, it's the eyeliner for me too. Yeah, I did notice that.
So let me ask you this, Brittany. Would you ever be on Dancing with the Stars?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you guys.
I would be terrified. Having a dance background, I feel like the expectation would be high, but also the amount that the Dancing with the Stars people have to learn, memorize, and then remember when you're performing, which is always like the most terrifying part, in my experience from dance. That would be very overwhelming for me. I would be absolutely terrified, but like, holy moly, would it be a dream come true? Yes, it would be.
I think you would kill it.
Thank you.
Will say, however, that you are, as far as like classically trained dancer is concerned, the most unprepared for Dancing with the Stars, because they're never going to ask you to do ballet.
No, right? Literally never. It will never be like, hi, would you like to do a modern contemporary or ballet piece? No, it's going to be like, do the tango. And I'll be like, where's the rose? This
is all to say that, of course, you'd be a great dancer. But what I mean is that, yeah, I understand you saying expectations would be high.
Yeah, I feel like people would be like, oh, she was a professional dancer. Like, she's going to be great. And I'd be like, just kidding. How do you salsa?
Yeah, because when she asked you and you were like hesitant, I was like, no way, you did this for so long. There's no way you'd be worried about this. But I do.
Do you know how to do a waltz?
I don't.
I don't either.
I don't. But my question is, to answer your question, Cricket, yes, I would be on Dancing with the Stars as a janitor, and they would be lucky to have me. I would.
You would swing that room around so good.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? Everybody's gone. The set is dark. A spotlight comes on. Dustin, turn around every now and then boom.
And then boom, you're on it.
Oh God, I would watch that.
I love that. Well, speaking of dancing. Well, speaking of dancing, I know that you guys recently got married.
We did.
Can confirm.
Confirmed. There you go. I have to tell you that I was so excited to see you guys, and it was finally coming. And then, you know, knowing you're getting married, and then when that video came out, Brittany, I cried during that video. It was so beautiful. Whoever did that for you, that
it was actually Dustin's brother.
I'm so glad you asked. Yeah, because he definitely deserves a shout out.
He deserves like a world of shout outs.
It was my brother, Zachary Keating, who goes by the Almost Kid on Instagram. Hashtag, look him up. But he's a cinematographer, and he brought his camera.
And we had no idea that he was doing video.
That's right. Yeah. So we had hired separate photographers because he's not based in Toronto, et cetera, et cetera. And so he kind of followed us around with his camera and was taking photos, but it really just looked to be for his, you know, for his own purposes, really.
Yeah. We thought he was just snapping a couple pictures here and there.
Yeah. And it turned out he was taking that video without us knowing. So like, I remember at one point during the wedding, I did something stupid and I said, like, did you get it? And he's like, oh, I'm getting all of it, dude. And I didn't click to me that he was shooting video at all. Yeah. And he never told us. And then that was his gift to us.
Yeah. And on the day that we left for our honeymoon, he messaged us and was like, hey, what's your, or no, I think the day after our wedding, he was like, hey, what was your first dance song? So we sent him the title of it. And then the day we were leaving for our honeymoon, he was like, by the way, check out, there's something in the Dropbox for you. And we opened it up and both of us were sitting in the airport lounge, just like kind of getting teary, watching this thing separately, just being like, what?
It's true. I did. We cried in the airport. I did.
Yeah.
I totally did.
Yeah.
But also the song is Bloom by the Paper Kites. Maybe saying this now will stop them from banning our video.
Yeah, they keep taking it down and putting it
based on the copyright. So we'll change the song if we have to. But yeah, the video is really thank you for saying that, of course. The video is really special to us.
Yeah, very special.
I mean, when that video came out and I started watching that little clip that was posted, I literally was like, this is the most amazing wedding video that I have ever seen, you know, and I'm not being biased because I love you guys, but it was absolutely amazing. It was like something you would see, you know how they have those pictures in the photo frames and everybody's like, oh my gosh, that's like the perfect couple right there in that frame. This was the perfect couple in the video. It was
Well,
absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you said that
Yeah, we
because,
love it.
you know, we just wanted to thank my stunt double for looking so good for those photos.
You nerd.
Anyway, thanks, Cricket. That's really sweet.
No, I mean, it was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So
Thank
you
you
guys
so
got
much.
married. You guys look beautiful, the video. And then I know you guys probably had a great time at the reception, I'm sure. And then you headed off to your honeymoon.
We
So
did.
if you don't mind telling everyone, so where all did you go? I know I've seen some of it online, but where all did you go?
So we started in Rome, and then we went to Barcelona for 2 days, and then we went to Santorini, and then to Milos, which is a smaller island in Greece, and then we spent 1 night in Athens as sort of the pit stop before flying home.
Oh gosh.
It was incredible. And we decided on Rome in part because I've wanted to go to Italy forever, but also Dustin here has a history with Rome.
Really?
And actually speaks some Italian because he's
Wow.
fancy like that.
You're setting me up so
I
hard
am.
now. This is really nice. Wow.
You're so welcome.
Remember your training. Yeah, I did. I used to live in Rome for a handful of years, just a little over 3 years. Before I moved to Toronto, I was a tour guide there. But Brittany had never been, and I really wanted to take her. So that's why we spent 5 days in Rome. That was the best.
It was the best.
Barcelona also, like,
Amazing.
world-class city.
Yeah.
Admittedly, we had walked an average of, I think, 28,000 steps.
It was stupid.
Wow.
per
I couldn't
day.
feel my feet anymore.
Wow.
So we were walking, like, I guess like 17 or 18 miles to do the quick kilometer conversion. So by the time we got to Barcelona, which is an incredible city, I've been many times.
Yeah.
Brittany's never been before, but loved it.
I had
We're
a
gonna
great
go
time.
back.
Yeah.
We actually have a reason that we need to go back to Spain.
And we'll tell
maybe
you about that
in
in
the
a minute.
future. But set that up to knock it down. And then we went to the Greek islands, which were also really, really
Yeah.
incredible. Where we hung
We
out.
did not have to walk around quite as much.
We did not walk. We refused to walk. What we did do, however, though, and I'm personally very excited about our future as rock hunters.
Oh yeah, we became rock hunters big time.
Really?
When we did go on walks, we walked along the beach and we looked at rocks.
Oh my
'Cause
God,
that's how
Cricket.
cool we are on our
The
honeymoon. You're
wild, the
welcome.
rocks out there.
They're beautiful.
Oh my
Really?
God.
So are they like colored rocks, or like what makes them stand out?
They're just,
I wish where are the rocks?
I don't know.
We should, maybe I'll go get the rocks later. I mean, listen, 10 out of 10 rock hunting in the Greek islands.
Yeah.
Specifically Milos.
Yeah, specifically Milos. There's ones that look like jawbreaker, like the jawbreaker
Yes.
candies.
Like the
Like if
inside
you were to
candy.
cut one in half, we have one that literally looks like it has 8 million
I
layers.
gotta
of
go get the
jawbreaker. He's
rocks,
gonna go
man.
get the rocks.
I'm gonna be right back.
And
I can't
Get the
wait to-
rocks.
We have ones that are like these crazy seafoam green and like red. It literally looks like a lobster, and like we
That is awesome.
we are not cool. Okay. We went
Not
rock hunting.
true. I love that.
We
You know
find the
what, though?
rocks.
Anywhere you go, you were together. So that's all that mattered.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cricket, I'm
looking
so
at
sorry. I
that.
can't find the rocks.
We can't find the rocks.
Aw. Well,
Packing
you know what?
because
If you find them, take a picture and send them to me, and I will
we,
put them
oh,
on.
we have
the-
a picture.
They're on our Instagram. That's a great
I'm gonna
call.
send you a picture right now.
We're gonna send you a picture. Oh my God, Cricket, I can't wait till you see these rocks. But we packed them, I think. We're moving.
Rocks.
Oh my God. Look at this.
Wow.
Look at those rocks.
Those
Sorry,
are beautiful.
We have, I think we set a world record. We've
we have
totally
so many
accomplished our mission
rocks.
for talking about rocks on a podcast
It's really
longer than anybody wants to hear about
too
it.
much.
But we did. We really enjoyed the Greek islands. I think ultimately we I mean, having the chance to do something over, you might always rearrange some things, but
Mhm.
we wouldn't change the order of where we went and how we did it. It was a really great trip.
It was awesome.
It was also the perfect length too,
Mm-hmm.
because I like to miss home after a certain
Yeah.
period of time.
Me too.
So we, like, at the last day, we're like, all right, let's go home.
We're ready.
which is great. And again, we bought a house, which is a crazy thing for us. So we're moving in a couple days.
Wow. Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
are going to be busy. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, we're very busy.
We're too busy, Cricket.
Yeah.
Send help. I'm totally kidding. I spend 10 hours a day. Who am I kidding? I'm a kept man. Nobody's gonna buy this. You know I'm looked after.
Well,
I'm
I
sorry,
think that's amazing.
it's too far. Cricket, let's get this back on track.
It's all good. It's all good. I love it. I can't wait to where you watch this and put pictures and things in it. So I'm so ready. The fans are gonna love
What
this.
pictures are you gonna put in?
The best
So-
pictures. Anyways.
Yes. So speaking of your movies,
Yes.
you know, the last one, and I have to admit, the last one I saw was the Royal Seaside Romance. But before that one, the last one I watched was The Tale of Love.
Mhm.
And I know that's the first lead role that you had working with your mom and dad. So
Yeah.
how was that working with your mom and dad directing?
It was so much fun. I feel like it's one of those things where as I've gotten older, I appreciate it so much more. I've worked with my parents a couple of times, and it's just one of those things where I now in my old age recognize how incredibly lucky.
Old
I was being
age.
silly in my old age.
We just talked about this.
Anyways,
You're
I'm young. I'm
you're the
young
end of your
lady.
earliest age.
But I do feel like really lucky and really grateful that I get an opportunity to work with my parents. I feel like so few people get to work with their parents in a way that they really enjoy. So many people will like take over a company or work alongside somebody in that way, and that can be fruitful and exciting, but it can also be just, you know, a job. Whereas for me, I get to work with people who want to encourage me to be the best I can be, and are like my biggest cheerleaders when it comes to my work, alongside this guy, because he is.
I'm
He's
the biggest
best.
male cheerleader
He is.
in the triangle.
He really is. He watches all of my movies even when I don't want to.
It's like a playbook
He
for
gets so
modern
excited.
love. It's great. It's like I don't
I love it.
think much, you know, it's all laid out for me.
Exactly.
It's like the manual.
Yeah.
The man you
Oh God.
Yes.
Anyway, this guy. But no, it's really exciting working with my parents, and I really love it. I think we also have like a really respectful working relationship in that my parents really value what I bring to the table. They really want to hear my opinions. They really want to hear what I have to say about the character, about the storyline, about the dialogue. And they're really receptive to that, which is really lovely. And they're that way with everyone they work with, which is also really cool. Is getting to watch my parents work with other people is also really fascinating to me, because they're just so great at what they do. So when I get a chance to work alongside them, it's always really exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, I think like if I can add to that,
Of course.
all you ever hear about are bad kind of family stories and,
Yeah.
and like, you know, even outside of film, like just
Yeah.
working with your family, like it, you know, 1 out of 10 is good, but you guys are the best. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it for you guys.
Thanks.
I approve, Cricket.
I approve this
Motion
message.
passed.
Absolutely. So, and the one movie, The Royal Seaside Romance, that was your first Great American Family movie, correct?
It was, yeah. So it was actually a film that I did about 2 years ago. Or no, not 2 years ago, a year and a bit ago. And I did it for a production company out of Ontario, and they do a lot of films. Their company is based in LA, I believe, but they have a branch here called Real One, and it was acquired by GAC, which was really lovely, and I'm so glad that it found a home. And yeah, so it was the first one to air with them, and yeah, I hope people liked it. I felt really bad.
I
though,
loved it.
Oh, I'm so glad. I wasn't able to like watch really because
We just watched it.
I think we
actually.
were in Rome
Yeah.
when it aired. And we were on our honeymoon, and the internet was bad, and I was like, I can't be there to do the things, and I felt so bad. But
And everybody was talking Italian. We couldn't
Yeah.
even find it in English.
But no, I do hope everyone loved it. It was a film that I was really proud of, and I had a wonderful time working with Dan and Scott actually played my principal in one of my very first TV series.
Oh, wow.
When I was like 20. It was a show I did for Family Channel, and he played my principal. And so getting to work with him again was really, really fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
What was he this one?
He was
What's
the
that?
butler.
From principal to butler.
But like the funniest butler.
Oh no, he's the best. I'm just saying, like, you know,
No.
the career trajectory.
But like butler to a prince.
That's right. That is higher.
The most trusted friend
A butler,
and butler.
like a Jeeves-esque butler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was a Jeep.
Yeah, he's moving up in the world.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. What movies do you have upcoming? Like anything?
Well, yeah, actually. So I have a film premiering on Lifetime for Christmas this year, which actually aired in Canada last year. But it's airing in the States this year, which is so exciting because I know people were really disappointed that they didn't get to see it last year. So it's called Wrapped Up in Love, and it's airing December 18th. And then I am set to do another project with my parents in the new year, which fingers crossed will be happening in February or March. I am heading to Colorado to shoot a movie in late November, just after American Thanksgiving, which I'm super excited about. I'm
With
not
the
sure.
incredible Brandon Clark, close
Yes.
friend of Trevor's.
Yes. So I'm very excited about that. And then we are set to start shooting a movie that Dustin and I are writing. Hopefully.
Really? Well, I
Early-
Oh, big surprise.
Yes. Well, I
Yes.
remember
So-
you talked about it at one point. You were going to write together. So,
Yeah.
Bill, I
So
would
we-
do this.
Cricket, if you're gonna say this is your idea, when you came up to me and you
Yeah,
said,
we'll
"Let's-"
say
I'm
okay.
not. I'm not.
Thank you, Cricket.
Although the idea of you and how you met, I did tell you guys to write a movie about that.
We should. That's not what the movie is about, though. We should write a movie like that because it is very fun.
We're gonna sneak it in. It's gonna be like a beeline in a script, and only you're gonna know.
Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly.
Got
Because
it.
not many people know that story, actually.
It's true.
And no, we will not repeat it here.
But yeah, so we've been working on writing this script for a few months. My parents have been really instrumental in helping us navigate it, and we're really excited. So we're on our third draft, I think now, and there's some tech scouts happening. We're going to be shooting, hopefully, back in Barcelona.
Maybe
So
in
we'll
Spain.
see. But we might be going back to Spain early next year to make a movie that we wrote together, which is really exciting.
That is true. Well, it may not be true.
I mean, it might
But
be a
for
complete
now-
fallacy, but for now, it might be true, and that's exciting.
Now it feels
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
That is very
so a
exciting.
couple things in the works,
Absolutely. I'm so excited. That is
and
awesome.
we're developing something else as well.
That is true, actually. But
But we probably shouldn't
can
talk
we
about
tell
it
them
yet.
anything about the movie? Can we tell them anything? Can we tell them like what it's about?
Sure,
Brittany and I love to golf,
we love to golf.
and Brittany came
So?
up with the idea while we were golfing,
Yeah,
and so it's about golf.
it's
It's
about some golf.
partially
There's some
about
golf
golf.
in it,
Well, it's about love for the game of golf,
and for people.
but also for another guy.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it. I wrote it.
yeah, we wrote it, and it's gonna be great.
That's right.
I love
Oh.
it. Thank you for
Hopefully,
sharing.
people like it.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Thank you for sharing that little tidbit with us.
Of
I
course.
love that. I
Let me
love
tell
that.
you, it's gonna be very embarrassing if that does not happen. We're gonna be answering that question for way longer.
Yeah, true.
When's the golf movie coming out?
Well, no, now that we've told Cricket, it has to happen because when we say things to Cricket,
Yeah,
Those-
that happens.
like you saying that you,
I'm gonna level with you right now. We're putting so much pressure on Cricket
yeah, but
that
let's
if
put it
this
on her,
happens,
and then it's not
it's
on us.
ultimately a
And then-
terrible outcome. Could you imagine if
True.
if you knew that every time you told someone something, it would come true?
Fair. I'm sorry, Cricket.
We're gonna kidnap you.
I apologize.
No.
Let me just get right back off you. I was saying it more as like you're our good luck charm.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Okay with that. Even if it it's going to happen though. Anything you guys are going to do, it's going to be amazing. And I know people are going to love it because you guys are just amazing. And I tell my sister and my family about you guys all the time, like the stories and just watching you grow and, you know, you are the queen of 2022. We all know that. You know,
I feel so special to have that.
And to inherit a throne.
He's been crowned the king of
That's
2022.
right.
My
That's
name's
right.
Joel.
You are king.
No. Talk about your all-time dumb luck moments.
Oh god.
What a great time to buy stock in Brittany Bristow. I'm all in.
Better be.
That's it.
I love it. I love it.
To the moon.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on tonight and talking with me. It was so nice to see you guys and get to talk about you and your wedding and, you know, everything else. I was just so excited. I'm so glad and so happy that you agreed to do this with me. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, of course, anytime.
I genuinely just thought we were getting started. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're still recording. Dustin, you're so funny.
He thought we just started.
Do you guys have two-party consent for your recording? I did not sign a waiver for this.
Yes, we got it. Right?
Deal. Well, I don't know. I thought maybe we'd maybe flip the script a little bit. A show within a show. Can we do a show within a show?
Sure,
Real
why
quick?
not?
You got
What's
a minute?
happening?
You got a minute?
Yeah, absolutely.
Use your moment for the queen of 2022.
Absolutely. You go right ahead. It's your show.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Babe, could you like flick the lights dramatically? Like,
Let me-
yeah, just flick
okay,
them, flick them, flick them.
I'm
Can you flick
flicking
them?
the lights now.
Like this. Welcome to DonoFANS with the DonoFANS,
I'm done.
the show
I'm done.
where we quiz the DonoFANS on their DonoFacts. Do you have what it takes?
Gosh.
Quiz.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Cricket, at the end of the day, you're the editor here. So
Right. You
get
know
to
that.
You can just cut this right out.
You get to decide if this stays or goes.
Also, like you might
Right.
need some sort of like thing on the front saying flashing lights because I feel like I did that.
Right?
No, I think you're good. I don't think we have to worry about
Oh,
it.
no pressure.
Okay, what's the first question you want to ask the DonoFANS? You guys can play along at home. You know, I want to make that clear.
He's like going through a whole thing right now.
In what movie did Trent? I'm getting nervous now. Sorry, I was
Trenovich.
Trevor Donovan. This man you guys love so much. Trevor Donovan. What movie did he most recently star in, according to this Wikipedia page? It's current Brandon Clark's all over. Oh my god. The thing was, it was such an easy question that it almost seemed like it was a trick.
I still had to think about it though. I did. Because you know, when you're on something like this and you're recording, sometimes your brain does not go as
Well,
fast.
and also Trevor works so much that I can understand you. You're like, well, what's he working on now?
And also, there's no order of Trevor for you, I'm sure. Like you're everything all the time, all at once.
Yes.
You're going really deep cuts. I have a disclaimer. I had all these questions pulled up and I accidentally closed them out earlier. So I'm just going straight from the
His
Wikipedia
game
page.
show is failing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not very, it's half baked. So let's put it that way.
I flicked the lights for nothing.
Where was Trevor Donovan born?
Mammoth Lakes, California.
Oh,
Woo!
you're so. We can't stump her. This is never gonna happen.
You know the facts.
Okay, and let's see if she can go 3 for 3. I'm gonna pull a pretty tough one. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a reason why they say 2 out of 3 ain't bad, because this third question is gonna be tough. We'll sell you the whole seat. You only need the edge, Cricket. In Love, Lost and Found, what was the name of Trevor's character?
Oh man.
If you get this, I'm going to be the most impressed.
It is tough. It's so tough. I know.
I don't even remember my own character names half the time.
All right. Okay, we're gonna give you a hint. his first name is also the name of it's a gun. It's the name
Is
of a
it?
gun, but also a football team in, I believe,
I don't know.
Indianapolis. I don't know.
Colt. Is it Colt or Colton?
You're right. You're
Colt.
right. Which more importantly means I was right about Indianapolis, because that I was really worried that I was wrong
Well,
about
I
that.
better get that because I live in Indiana.
Wow, thank you. Did I say Indiana or Indianapolis?
You
Anyway,
said
whatever.
Indianapolis.
Just put the right one
It's
in,
fine.
Cricket, when the time comes.
I mean, she went 3 out of 3 though.
She did get 3 out of 3. They said it couldn't be done. Not even 10 out of 10 doctors agree. Only 9 out of 10 doctors recommend stuff, and you're 10 out of 10 doctors. You should change the name of your podcast. 10 out of 10 doctors.
This man is so crazy.
I admit though, that last one got me for a minute because I could not remember what his character name was in that, because I haven't watched that one in a while, but I have seen it because I know he's in there with Daniel C. Ryan, or I think that's her name. I think she may have gotten, or it's changed now, I'm not sure, but yeah, she was my all-time favorite movie of Trevor's is Love Finds You in Charm, and he plays Amish. He plays an Amish character. It is so good.
I'm gonna need to watch that.
You do need to watch that. It is that movie to me. He plays on his emotional side as an actor, where I feel like his words when he's talking. I feel his presence in the movie. That movie is just so touching. I love that movie.
I love that.
I love all of his movies, but that one is definitely my favorite.
We'll have to watch that one.
Christmas is always good too. I love that one because, you know, being prior military in the Navy, that one has a really soft spot for my heart too.
You know what else burrows a little soft spot into your heart? According to IMDb, Trevor Donovan has a bulldog named
Tito.
Tito Paquito Gordito.
He does, but he passed away.
Oh, okay. R.I.P. Tito Paquito Gordito. But he definitely lived a good life with a name like that. Trevor.
Yeah.
What an adorable dog name.
That's a legend dog right there.
May he be peaceful.
Dogbert passed away first, and he was the
Dogbert?
Mm-hmm. He was the one who passed away from the degenerative myelopathy. He had it so bad that it was finally time, you know, because Trevor said he could tell that it was time. And then so then Tito lived a long life though, but Tito Bandito Gordito or whatever he called him, remember?
Tito Paquito Gordito.
Yes. He was like a most amazing bulldog ever. Like he was so crazy. He would trace after these drones in his videos and all this stuff. Yes.
Like Tito. Okay.
Tito was a bulldog though. Yes. And then Dogbert was the German Shepherd. So
Dogbert. That's amazing. I once had a cat named What? We named it What, and whenever my mother would call the veterinarian, they'd say, "What's your cat's name?" My mother would say, "What?" And that would go back and forth for a while. But I think only Trevor has a better animal name with Dogbert.
Dogbert's excellent.
And Tito Paquito Gordito.
Not
Tito.
Taquito.
I said Tito. I think I said Tito. Let the record show. I think I said Tito.
And I'm pretty positive he said Taquito.
I think she's hungry. Hungry for Mexican food. Unfortunately, you can't have it. Too much gluten. But I know Trevor's a real one. That guy's the best. He's always been the nicest to us.
He's the nicest.
Whenever we see him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know me. I mean, I'm just you know, I'm a purse. I just get dragged around by the world famous Brittany Bristow. And he's the best with me. And Cricket, you two are the best.
Yeah,
and the DonoFANS are the best. So thank you for having us on. Like we said from the very top.
Yeah.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
Well, he said that, but I agree.
By the DonoFANS.
Yes.
When do we collect, by the way? Oh, that it's in the mail? Okay.
It's in the mail. Yeah, it's in the mail. It's in the mail.
Again, you can cut this. Cut all of this out if you'd like.
I don't know. I'm kind of liking it. I might leave it in.
I'm gonna have some real intense laugh wrinkles
I know, right? I'm crying over here, so it's all like my allergies are driving me crazy. But
It's not gonna matter. We're gonna be rich. We've won. We're in.
oh well.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I
Thank you
like it.
again for coming on the
Of course.
podcast and talking with me. And I know the fans are just going to love this. So thank you again. And
Gosh,
the Dono fans are going to appreciate you guys too for coming on and talking with me as well. So
oh my gosh, of course.
you might have a lot of new fans coming your way. So
Thank you. I love you.
absolutely. And I love you guys too. And I can't wait to see you at the next Rama Drama. So
Same.
looking forward to it. I wish they would hurry up and announce those dates. So.
Well, as soon as they're announced, we'll make plans because I need a hug.
Absolutely. Me too. Yeah. And I'm going to have a drink with you guys too.